Om Ramachandraya Namaha. Embodiment of Divine Souls, Amma's beloved sweet children, Amma's special motherly love and affection for all of you on this auspicious occasion of Sri Rama Navami Divine Festival. Rama is the embodiment of Dharma. Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam. Wherever there is Rama name, recitation is going, there with the tears of joy, Hanuman always dwells there. Wherever Hanuman is there, Dharma is there. Wherever Rama is there, Dharma is there. This is a beautiful saying in Ramayana. Without Sita, we must not worship Ram Bhagavan at all. This is what we are seeing here. Surpanaka, one of the demonic lady, she was expecting Ram Bhagavan without Sita. Then what happened to her? Lakshman Bhaiya, he cut the nose and the ears of the Surpanaka. Without Sita Devi, Ram Bhagavan, we must not worship him. So that's why Surpanaka missed her ears and the nose, because she alone expecting only Rama. And what Ravana did, Ravana was expecting only Sitama, not the Ram Bhagavan. Then what happened to Ravana? The total Lanka, the beautiful divine Lanka, was completely destroyed because of the Sita tears in Lanka. So that's why we cannot separate Sita, Ram Bhagavan. We cannot separate them at all. This is the fundamental law in Ramayana. Similarly, in Shiva and Shakti, you cannot worship Shankar Bhagavan without Divine Mother. If you worship Shankar Bhagavan only, you never get salvation at all in your lifetime. You have no Shakti at all in your life. You forget the Shakti. So, Shakti and Shiva, both you have to worship them. Ram Bhagavan Kalyan, first they perform the Kalyanam. After that, they are going to worship the wife and husband together, couple together. This is a special principle in Bharat. We have Bhadrachalam. Bhadrachalam was a very special temple where Ram Bhagavan dwells in this temple. Is a self-born Murti. When Ram Bhagavan birthday, in the Rama Jananam happened in the Vaivasvata Manvantaram, Panchama Maha Treta Yugam, Sri Vilambi Nama Samvatsaram, 24th Mahayugam, Chaitra Suddha Navami, Wednesday, Punarvasu Nakshatram, Karkataka Abhijit Lagnams, both Lagnams comes at that time. Sri Rama Jananam happened at that time. It means 1,80,55,000 of years before. Ram Bhagavan, he descended to this earth to protect Dharma on this mother earth. Very beautiful. So that is Ram Bhagavan's date of birth. The Namakaranam, after the 13th day, they named Bhagavan Ram name. Very beautiful name. This name purified the human life. The Ra Bija Mantram is the fire Bija Mantram. The Ma Bija Mantram is the Moksha Bija Mantram. So these two Bija Mantras are completely purify the inner self, and you will get the salvation by the recitation of the Ram Nam. Ram Nam is very sacred, very powerful. Innumerable people from the beginning of this universe, they worship Ram Bhagavan, all the Rishis, and they enter into Moksha Samrajyam, the kingdom of salvation. And the Upanayanam of Ram Bhagavan, it happened in the Parabhavanama Samvatsaram. Bhagavan was 8th year, exactly in the 8th year, his Upanayanam, the sacred ceremony, happened to Bhagavan Ram. And then Vishwamitra Maharshi came to Ayodhya to take Ram Bhagavan to the Siddhashram when Bhagavan Ram was 11 years, 10 months, 8 days. That time Vishwamitra came to Dasharatha Maharaja and he was asking, shall you send your son to me to protect the yajna from the demons? Then Dasharatha was shivering so much. My son is only 11 years. Only 11 years baby boy. He cannot do the war with the demons. I will come with all my army and I will take care of the Rakshasas. Then he says, you don't know about your son. You don't know about your son. Go and ask Vasishta, Guru Vasishta. Vasishta Maharshi, Brahmarshi. He know who is Ram. That's what the Viswamitra says, and he went away that day. Then Ram Bhagavan, he was in the Chavitri day, Tataka Samharam, the Tataka Rakshasi, she was giving so much hard time to the mankind, and he was vanquished the demonic women and give peace to all the Rishis in that area. In the Panchami, the fifth day, the Yajna Arambam. So he started the Yajna Viswamitra, 10 days, Dasami day, they finished the Yajna. And then he protected the Yajna. Uttara Nakshatram, full moon day, Ram Bhagavan marriage happened. The new moon day, he did the Sevadhanurбhangam. 15 days they were there itself. Of the Paurnami day, all the marriages are happened. Lakshman Bhagavan, Bharat and Satragna, everybody's marriages are happened in the same dayas with Ram Bhagavan marriage. Everybody came back to Ayodhya. This is the Balakand in the Ramayana. In Ayodhya, after their marriage, 12 years, everybody was very, very happily. They lived together in Ayodhya. Dasratha king, he wanted to do the Pattabhishekam, the crown ceremony for Ram Bhagavan. They decided in the Panchami day. It was not happened, and stepmother Kaika was asking, Ram Bhagavan have to go to the forest. Then Ram Bhagavan, that day itself, he went to forest, and after they crossed the Ganga river with the Guha, the friend of Ram Bhagavan, and also Mantri Sumantra, and then they went all the way to the Chitrakota Parvatam. With the blessing of the Bharadwaja Maharshi in the middle, they went to the Chitrakot and they stayed there. After 5 days, Ram Bhagavan left the home. The 10th day, Dasami day, midnight, 12 o'clock time, Dasaratha gave up his body. He was crying, Ram, 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 Ram. He never gave up even 1 second also to chant the name of Ram, and he gave up his body. After they reached the Ganga river, Chitrakot, then Ram Bhagavan told to Guha and also the Sumantra, Prime Minister of the Ayodhya, you have to go back and take care of my family, mother, father, and he sent them. Sumantra came back. That time Dasaratha was already passed away. They sent this message to Bharat, and Bharat, after receiving the message, he came 5 days later to the Ayodhya, and they did all the program what to do for the father ceremony, and then they went back to Chitrakotam to get Ram Bhagavan back to the Ayodhya. But Ram Bhagavan never accepted. I gave word to my dad, I cannot come back, I cannot take back my word. So I have to stand for my word. Bharat Bhaya, he took all the Ram Bhagavan Paudukas, he put on his head and he came back to the Nandigaon. He never entered into the Ayodhya. Outskirts of the Ayodhya, the Nandigaon, it was a small village. He was staying there and ruling the country 14 years on the name of the Ram Bhagavan Padukas. He did the Ram Bhagavan Padukas Pattabhishekam, the crown ceremony for the Padukas. He was sleeping on the floor, eating only the vegetables and the herbs and like that. He was also leading a saintly life like Ram Bhagavan, how he was in the forest. And he was such a great model brother, Bharat Bhaya. When Ram Bhagavan entered into the Dandakaranyam, his age was 24 years, 1 month, 10 days. Sita Maya age was 16 years. Everywhere bushes, thorns, lot of wildlife and Rakshasas. It was very, very wild is Dandakaranyam. And 13 years they suffer like anything in the Dandakaranyam. A very great suffering in the Dandakaranyam. But Ram Bhagavan never blamed Kaikeyi. He never blamed her. He never speak any ill about anybody at all. He was such a wonderful Dharma heart. Embodiment of Dharma is Ram Bhagavan. Kindness, compassion. He never expect all these lavish lifestyle and kingdoms and food or anything. He just like Dharma only. Crescent moon day, Sita Paharanam happened in the Panchavati area. So full moon day, next 14 days, Ram Bhagavan was searching and searching and searching and went to see Sabari closer to the Hampi area. The next day he met Hanumanji in the Hampi area itself. Already Vanavasam, they finished the forest lifestyle. 13 years already over, 2 months also over. Only 8 minutes 27 days remaining there. That time he went to Sugriva and he made friendship with him. And he was waiting in a cave for Sugriva have to send all the Vanaras to search for Sita Devi. Ashada Paurnami time, Rama vanquished Vali, his brother of Sugriva. Then Sugriva became the king and his son became the young king. And immediately he sent all the Vanaras all the way. And finally, Palguna Dwadasi, they reached ocean. And they got Sampati Darshan there. After the Sampati told the information, Ravana took Sita on the flight all the way towards the South Ocean to Sri Lanka. So then immediately Hanumanji went to Sri Lanka there. That next is the Sundarakanda. Sundarakanda, how many days happened the Sundarakanda? Sundarakanda happened only 1.5 day. Only 1.5 days Sundarakanda story, children. Yonama Samvatsaram Suddha Palguni Trayodasi morning, from the Mahendra mountain, Hanumanji was jumping on the ocean and he was flying in the sky to reach Ramboda mountains in Sri Lanka. He went to the Ramboda mountains. Ramboda mountains, till today we have a beautiful Hanumanji, biggest statue there. It was very beautiful temple installed by disciples, very beautiful. And then Hanumanji in the evening time, Pradosha time, he entered into the Sri Lanka, Ravana palace area from the south side. He put his left leg and entered into the enemy area, and then he was watching everywhere, Prahasta home, all the Vibhishna homes and everybody's homes and the Lanka, everywhere he was searching for Sita. In the midnight he was reaching the Simsupa Vruksham in the Ashoka Vanam. And finally he saw Sita Devi there, and in the morning time he spoke with Sita Devi, and then what he did, he completely destroyed the Ashoka Vanam, and he was Akshaya Kumara, in some of the Jambumali, he killed all the people. He went to Ravana palace, he spoke with Ravana and he completely burnt Lanka. All the Sundarakanda story was explained so much, everything happened in 1.5 day only. And then Hanumanji was back to Vanaras to all the way to Rameshwaram area, and then he says, I saw Sita, let us go, give this information to Ram Bhagavan. And they came all the way to Ram Bhagavan, and then Ram Bhagavan immediately came to the Rameshwaram area. Then Ram Bhagavan was Darbhasenam, there was a Darbhasenam. He was taking some Diksha there. After that, he wake up on the Chaviti day, evening 4-5 o'clock, he wake up and then started to build the bridge construction. Let they have to start tomorrow morning? No. Ram Bhagavan don't like to waste even time also. Time is so precious. We have in Ramayana each moment, each day, each second is very, very valuable. And then he started bridge construction with the coral reefs and coral stones and lightweight lemon stones and all the sticks and everything. They just put on the ocean. Gravity was very less, they are floating on the ocean. And then the bridge in 4.5 days. The bridge was built in 4.5 days. Actually 4 days, full 4 days. Evening time they started the construction. On the Chaviti, Ashtami, they finished the bridge. And they started to enter into the Sri Lanka. Sundarakanda is completely finished. Yuddhakanda. So Ravana crown fell down. Then some war happened, small war. Trayodasi, early in the morning, Indrajit, the son of Ravana, was passed away. Early in the morning, very auspicious day. Trayodasi day is a very auspicious day. Couple of 2 days, new moon day, Ravana was also, early in the morning time, Ravana was also passed away. In the war, Rama says, I did the war for dharma's sake, not to control the enemy with my power. I did the war because to control the adharma, unrighteousness. For that reason only I did the war. And then Vibhishna was taking the crown and the position of the Sri Lanka, and then Sita Devi entered into the fire. She proved her chastity in front of all the people, and everybody sit in the Pushpak Viman, and they started to came all the way to the Bharadwaja Maharshi Ashram. They took some rest there, and then the Saptami day they reached the Nandigaon to see Lakshman Bhaiya, Ram Bhagavan, Sita, Bharat, Satragna, and everybody was very, very happy. And Saptami day, Ram Bhagavan crown ceremony happened, Rama Pattabhishekam. This is completely Ramayana. Sweet children, Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam, wherever there is Raghunatha name, that is the most purest place like Ayodhya. It was purified our lives. Ramanam, how much time is the sun and moon in the sky? Ramanamam is going to be rule this entire world with the dharma and the values. So Rama was born 1,80,55,000 years before, but people are so fascinated towards Bhagavan Rama because Rama belongs to our heart. He belongs to us. That's why he comes that much in our inner lives to lead us towards a greatest dharmic values life. That is Ram Bhagavan, a role model life for the entire mankind. So I love you so much. Thank you so much for listening the entire Ramayana in 20 minutes itself. Thank you so much, children. Amma special motherly love and blessings for all of you on this auspicious occasion of Sri Rama Navami Divine Festival Day. Amma's motherly love and blessings for all of you. Love you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.